So guys, it's the 8th episode of the Newcastle United career mode, and we are in the month of January, so close to the transfer window, and we got a lot of games to cover in this episode as well. So we kick off with the training. We got some interesting growth from Lascelles and Chancellor members, so we are straight into this game. The first game of this episode is against Tottenham Hotspur at White Hart Lane. Not the easiest top places to get results, but we did have a fantastic last game, and Tottenham, they are not doing particularly well. They are just above us with the same points, and Cisse, he was a star in the last game. 2 goals in the 3-0 whitewash against Liverpool. He is the man on form. So let's get into this match, and before that let's take a look at the Tottenham's lineup. They got a very decent side. Eriksen, Charlie, Townsend, Dembele and Harry Kane are all capable of scoring goals and making goals. And speaking of our team, a couple of changes. Colback comes back in, and Ronaldo Orange takes the place of Ayoze Perez, and Cisse returns. And early on we didn't make a great start here. Harry Kane passing out Dembele, and just look at that for a shot. That is a perfect finish from the midfielder. A lovely curler, and they did find the top right corner. So the great effort from Dembele to get the goal. And we did have a couple of chances here. This should have been a penalty for Wijnaldum. And Colback here just ran out of space, and a great tackle from Fazio. But our moment did arrive late in the half when Sissoko was taken down in the box by Jan Vertonghen. So we get a penalty once again in this game. So can we get on level terms? It all depends upon the penalty taker, Wijnaldum, and he scores that conventionally this time. That was a great goal, top left corner. So just before the end of the first half, Kyle Walker delivers a great delicious cross to Harry Kane, but his header was just off target. That was a great header, to be fair. But in the last moments of the first half, Rolando Aarons with no touch dribbling get past the defender, and that was a glorious finish from the youngster. What a finish from the teenager. So that was the end of the first half. In the second half, Tottenham were very lucky not to concede there. It would have been so easily 3 goals in. But Tottenham did apply all the pressure later on, and we had a lot of space on the counter-attack. That was a great effort from Vertonghen. But as I said, we were threatening on the counter-attack with Colback here, passing out to Gouffran, who cuts back into the box and tried to have a shot with Gouffran first, but he passed out to CM de Jong, who was a substitute just 5 minutes ago, and he scores a wonderful goal to wrap 3-1 victory against at White Hart Lane. So that was a great performance from the team. I was really happy with the overall performance. So moving out into training here, Lascelles grown up to 72. So that's great to see as well. So as it was December, a lot of players contract were expiring in less than 6 months. So they might move for free, and it might be a loss for the club. So what I planned is that some important players like Steven Taylor, and we got Overton here, and so a couple of other contracts was renewed, and I decided to pay Rolando Aarons and Tim Krul and a few extra bucks for their recent performance, because they were my main stars in the team so far. So we are next moving into this game against Aston Villa at our home, and given the performance of the last 2 games, we might be the favourites to win this game with ease. So I'm doing my kind of rotated squad with Mark Williamson making his first appearances, and Mitrovic comes in. So we are slightly resting up Cisse. I don't want to hurt the opposition, to be fair. So Aston Villa's team, it's a bit of weak team as well. They haven't got Akbon Lahore, Scott Sinclair. They are on the bench. So we get the first attack going in this game. Mitrovic was set by Wijnaldum, but he just ran out of room in the final third. So Villa had their first shot on target in the game. A lovely effort from Gestere, but the rebound could have been a costly one, but Carlos Gill had a mess with that one. And the final effort in the first half fell to Tiote, whose shot was a fragile one and straight to the keeper. And the second half we did have a great chance here. The final ball playing out to Wijnaldum, but I did take a couple of touches many, And Aston Villa clearly decided to defend against me, and Wijnaldum here, a lovely curler, but it was nowhere to be found in the net. So that was the end of the game, another 0-0 boring game, and it was a kind of bizarre game, to be fair. So looking at the table, we are in 5th with 26 points, 6 wins, 8 draws and 3 losses. Very decent tally. But when you look at Everton, they are league leaders with 40, already 14 points difference between the first and the 5th. It's a massive ask, to be fair. So we move into the training here, and as you can see, a lot of players growing in. Cisse is so close to his upgrade, and Janman finally moves up to 78. So we are matched up against Everton in the final game of this episode. The league leaders, of course, they are in great form, and we are still the lowest scoring team. So we are caught up to the back of Swansea City, and we are moving in the right direction. So early on, the hero Cisse moves into the box. Can he score? And of course he does. So Cisse just rolled it past him, however, like ease, man. So that was a great goal. And Everton did make a big mistake here. What was he doing, the defender? And Ayoze Perez was quick to collect the ball from him and parries out to Cisse, who finished that. And it's his second goal of this game. And look at that defender. What was he thinking? And Ayoze Perez, gotta give him credit for that. So that was an easy goal, to be fair. So that was the end of the first half. 2 quick goals from Cisse was the story. And in the second half, Ayoze Perez moves out into the box, and he has been taken down by Phil Jagielka, who gets a yellow card. And the most important thing is that we get a penalty for that. And I know what I'm doing. I'm giving it to Cisse to get the chance of getting a hat-trick in this game, and he finally gets his hat-trick. He has been the man on form. He has been the redeemer for us. So that's the end of this game, guys. A wonderful performance from Cisse. Overall, the team performance was great against the league leaders. Let's not forget about that. So what I'm doing is that last month I was training with the defenders mostly, and this month I want to improve Mitrovic as well as the mid. So as you can see, we got Wijnaldum, Thorwin, Mitrovic, Bigrimana and Aarons, and we get lots of growth, and Mitrovic finally grows up to 78, and I'm not happy with this on-field performance, to be fair. So that's the end of this game, guys. So that's the end of this episode, guys, and if you enjoyed this episode, drop a like, and I will catch you in another video for you guys to enjoy.